Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. Welcome to Marias Pass, leaving whitefish scenarios. Again, we've got, I believe, 36 scenarios to get through, so we're still not even halfway done, which is pretty cool. Scenario 14. So in Yardwork Essex, which is the one I did before this, some stock was switched out, and now you are ready to continue east to Blacktail. Telling us it's going to be easy in 30 minutes. Yowdy, howdy. This will be a straight run to our next stop in Blacktail. Head out when you are ready. Alright, so again, very easy, 4 steps. And so we'll get going. I'm ready. You ready? Let's get in here. That is not us. We were not on that location. So I think all that happened is they pulled some center beam cars off our train here and basically shortened us up a little bit. But that was it. So I think we are all set to move along here. Just make sure we're not... Yeah, okay. Alright. Just wanted to make sure the switches were good. So, going up a slight grade here. Definitely a pretty sharp turn. Obviously got a pretty big mountain right in front of us, so that would make sense. But yeah, we're doing pretty well. Actually, maybe they added center beam. I don't remember. Did we add center beam cars or did we remove them? I guess we added them. So yeah, we just picked up a few more cars. That was it. And then I think, yeah, they were playing around with logs. I think we were watching that as we were eating lunch over here at the fancy Grubhub. See what I did there? Being funny, using current terminology, talking about old buildings, but anyway. Oh, did they do passenger runs here? That's interesting. That's certainly a passenger platform. Essex Station, but we're going, yeah, via Java West, Main 1. Still only go 15, but maybe that's once we get clear of the signal. Just surprised. Maybe we got to get all the way clear of the station. Guess we'll see what happens, but it's definitely going to be a long run if we do this at this speed, but maybe Blacktail's not that far. Maybe it's just really slow and deliberate through the mountains where we get to enjoy it a bit, but don't get to go too fast, because definitely, is that a bridge? Or just like a storage house of some sort? I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking that might just be to, in case there's rock slides, because yeah, I'm thinking that, oh yeah, side of that mountain. I think it just protects the train. Alright, now we can go 30, so. Very interesting, but I'd rather be protected than knocked off the mountain or derailed or something. Looks like we got a little bit of ground on the left side where if we got hit, you know, might not fall right off, but still wouldn't be fun. Alright, so 2 miles to Java West, Main. Alright, coming out of the protective roofing. River's definitely fallen away a bit down there. Got 0.8, and we're still climbing, so this route may be uphill the whole way. If we got to come back, I'm assuming in one of these scenarios we are coming back, although I think, again, the scenarios are called leaving Whitefish, so maybe we're just always heading away, and this just gets us to the other end of the line, is kind of what we're doing in all these scenarios, and obviously moving stuff around as we go. Let's see, if I'm at 25, will I continue to climb or not? Climb in speed, I should say. Doesn't look like it, but I think at 38, at a 0.8 we do, so, yep. So, green signal. All important, obviously. But we're coming through here. So definitely interesting looking area that we came through. Let's get back in the cab. Alright, put it back to 38 so we can get a little bit more giddy up and go here. Looks like we're going to be at 25 3/4 of a mile, so before we hit Java West Main, maybe that's because we're going to switch there to get on Java West Main, because maybe we're on West 2 or something, I don't know. Alright, and obviously that's only a 5-mile-an-hour difference, so there shouldn't be a whole... And it's slowing down on an uphill, unless the grade changes quickly in half a mile, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the short story is, actually it looks like we get a little steeper, or that's an optical illusion, but... So this is a bridge. So a little bit of river down there. Now we're at 0, so we'll just coast along. And now we aren't going downhill, so I do want to get myself slowed appropriately. Should be good there. So it could just be a bit of a sharp turn, not sure. Now we're at a 1% grade, so we did get steeper. So I was not dreaming. There we go, down to 25. Now I think we're accelerating because the whole train hasn't really gotten on the grade yet. Because I am surprised that we're speeding up. Looks like maybe we finally hit the point where we stop doing that. Yep, now we're slowing down. Looks like we go over and then turn back to the left. So just obviously following the ridge line here. And looks like this, there might be some tunnels up ahead. We're going down to 1 track. At least that's what happened before. So now we're going to go via Java East Main 2. But just a mile, so, and then maybe we go back to 2 tracks. Guess I just really wanted that. Yeah, and then we just stop after that, so. It seems like we'd have a ways to go, though, because I don't think we're anywhere near half an hour yet, and this is a pretty straightforward scenario. Just drive the train. Go to 38, which I know will speed us up a bit. no point in dawdling. Any other trains would obviously enjoy us to be off the rail so that they can use this. Let's see, 25. Better be careful. Oops, I see what's happening. We're flattening out. So I'm like, why are we suddenly speeding up? But that would be why. So let's see. Does it look? I'd say we're going to start climbing in a little bit again, just like we did before. But I think they're keeping these bridges level if they can. I don't know if, again, it's just the Marias River moving around under us. Probably. Looks like it goes around, turns around, and then comes right back again. Alright, the question is, do we have a signal again? Are we supposed to stop, or is it going to move us over? So let me look here. Alright, it's moving us over, so that would be the bottom signal, because that's not the current track. So we're red on the track that we're not continuing on, so we're good. There we go, now the bottom one went red, because that's where we're headed. I'm assuming those cars are off on the little piece. Oh wow, 1.8. We're really climbing here. Enjoy the run to Blacktail. Stop at Blacktail Main 2 2598. So 7 miles. I'm assuming this might be pretty nice and scenic here. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, this could be fun heading the other way, trying to keep the train from going too fast. Yeah, it looks like there's a loader, front loader over there, ready to fill these hopper cars with something. I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of a funny comedic interlude here at some point on this 7-mile stretch, but maybe not. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to go above 25 or if this is kind of going to be it. Looks like some cars down there. A little bit of a road, but yeah, we're at 50% power and we're still slowing down, which is okay. Just kind of shows you the power of these locomotives. This isn't a supremely long train. I'm sure you can do significantly longer ones, but oh, now we're at a 2.2% grade. So we'll see at 63%. We are still speeding up, so I think we're okay. 2.1, so it's flattening out a bit. There we go, 1.7, 1.5. So I do have to be careful that I don't suddenly start taking off. Because obviously I haven't pulled back the power, but the grade has gone down, but it can just as easily go right back up. So yeah, 1.7, 1.8. Still not at 2.2, but so I'm thinking we're gonna just maybe stay at this grade. Well, I don't know. It feels like it's getting worse. It hasn't changed on our screen, but so maybe we will kind of stay at that level. Let me go to 50. I think that'll still speed us up a bit. No, actually we're dropping down, but that's alright. Another protective shed. Or, you know, protective roof to keep something from happening. 1.6, so now we definitely should be able to go down. This one's just a short one for sure. Looks like we've got another one around the turn up there, though. And yeah, I'm sure these are easier than tunnels, but the slopes of these mountains look, you know, reasonable. Obviously the river's down there, the road running next to it. But, yeah, just a pretty nice, easy run, it looks like. I mean, things may change. I don't think so, or it wouldn't be an easy scenario. Alright, 1.8, we're slowing down, so I'm going to speed us up a bit again. Yeah, it's just a pretty clear valley, which would make sense, because I'm sure the river has been running through here for a while. Let's see, still 1.8, so it hasn't gotten any less steep. Looks like maybe another protective roof up there or something else. It just doesn't seem like the slope of the mountain is enough that we'd need that, but maybe it's deceptive. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Maybe it's like snow. Maybe they have like avalanche issues or something. And this is kind of the back end running it off, because yeah, it almost looks like there's a wall there, that it doesn't go up to the mountainside. There's actually a wall blocking it. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Yeah, I'm surprised we have not hit 25, but this might be what the engines can do at 63. Oh no, I guess it is up against the mountain. Didn't look like it was, but either way, it seems like a pretty shallow slope for what we were doing. And we are slowly accelerating, but certainly nothing to write home about. And I'm sure as soon as I back off a couple steps, it will slow down very quickly, so I'll probably let it get to 25.5 before I worry about it. Obviously, I've got to keep an eye on the grade, make sure that doesn't change on me, because then we could again kind of jackrabbit forward a bit. Here comes someone the other way, which is great. It'll give us something to see. Alright, so let me go to 50. There we go, slowing down already. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 locomotives. Wow. Yeah, I'd like some big train. That would be cool. It's one thing I don't know with train simulators. Is there some sort of a limit to what you can haul? Or if I put, you know, 10 locomotives together, can I do something crazy? I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to fit on any of the sidings that let you stop, but I'm guessing in some cases when they do that with real trains, they probably just drop the back half off or something, or the back quarter, and then obviously get a little smaller as they go along. But yeah, now we're just at 1.5. What are those things you put fish in? See, I knew he couldn't get by without a funny. Tanks? Sigh. You're welcome. Yep, he's a funny. She is a funny person. Oh, this is cool. Very cool. That's a sight. That's all I can say. That is a sight. Ooh, and it's got 2 on the back. Wow, so it has 6 locomotives. Awesome. That's a weird sound. I don't know why it's doing that, but... Alright, 1.8 again. Another protective roof. So, getting closer. About half the distance from when we got on the Blacktail Main, or headed toward Blacktail Main, I should say. 1.7. Another really long overhang up there. That one looks like it goes a pretty good length. Yeah, I don't know that I want to try to start from here. I'm sure the engines could do it, but I'm sure it would take some time. I guess it's not that long. It looked long. It's definitely longer than the ones we've gone through recently, but it's not super, super long, that's for sure. Somehow it tricked me and it looked longer than that. But it looks like, according to our ETA, about 7 minutes before we get where we need to be. See, now this one looks like a big long one again, kind of around the curve of the mountain. Yeah, I'm wondering if these are more or less rock issues than they are avalanche, now that I think about it. If that's why these roofs are here, to kind of just help the snow fly off and not cover the tracks. Because I think that's where avalanches would more happen, kind of on the insides when mountains are kind of curving in. So depending on what's above us, that might be what's going on. 1.7. Oh, the road's on the other side. I was going to say the road's gone away, but I guess at some point there was a bridge that crossed it over the road, or the river. Those are interesting. Like, that's just a fence, so maybe that's just rocks there. Okay, 1.5 grade, so it's flattened out a bit. Again, we are green at the top, red for, I guess, assume there's a switch here somewhere, or maybe that's giving us the sign that the next signal is red right now, but maybe we don't go that far. Definitely kind of a bigger meadow off to the right. So definitely spacing out, creating a bigger valley. Looks like some houses down there, and that's probably why Blacktail is where it's at. I'm guessing this opens up a bit and made some room for settlers, and that's what people did, because people tend to do stuff like that. And obviously they're looking for flat ground, and in case they're farming or other things like that, it just makes things a lot easier. I mean, even building a house. So It's a lot simpler than trying to carve something level out of a mountainside. But yeah, the engineering and the planning that goes into figuring out like what grade I can go up to go, you know, miles and miles and miles to end up at a certain height later. Pretty cool. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see it after the rounding the next mountain. I don't know, that might be too soon because we're still over 1.5 miles away. That may only be like half a mile at best before we get to there. I hate those shakes. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong and the thing's jumping off the track. I don't like it. Alright, we're down to 1.5. 50% might be too fast, but it looks like we're okay. Alright, so this is kind of what I meant. Yeah, we weren't really only a quarter mile. Wow. I suppose on a busy line, you're going to run trains as close together as you can, but... And only, you know, you're only going 25, so I suppose... that, you can keep them close together like that. You know, we've traversed that, but obviously we're also moving against them, so they're kind of twice as far apart as it seemed, because we're obviously heading in that direction. I'm thinking that weird thing on the hillside is our track way up there, just not rendering really cleanly. Again, 1.8. Yeah, I'd be really surprised if that isn't what we're looking at. Don't know if we're going to get that far in this scenario, or if we stop before that. But definitely a very cool... Yeah, I'm thinking we're stopping before that, because now obviously this will add distance just to go along this way, so... Not nearly as long, but sometimes liquid is a lot heavier than solid stuff, so it's a lot of tanker cars. This one doesn't have any helpers on the back. We ended up, in all that excitement, we ended up slowing down 2 or 3 miles an hour more than we really needed to. So let me move that along a bit. But I think we're coming right up on where we need to stop here. So let's see. Stop at Blacktail, Maine. So right around the turn, looks like. So it says 0.44 miles, 0.36, so yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of, you know, at the far end. Whoops, at the far end. Really? I was doing so nicely. I was just so excited with what was happening. But anyway, we didn't get too fast. We'll say we're okay. So, assuming again he's on the other part, but I think this is, according to this is where it wants us to stop, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I assume we'll pick up from here in the future. So as we slow down, I'll eventually put the brakes on, because otherwise we're going to start rolling downhill. There we go. Maybe put it on a little bit more just to really make sure we're holding ourselves here. So, yeah, we're kind of blocking the lane, but this is the scenario. Maybe we'll do some stuff there. Okay, break here for a little, and we'll see it in Leaving Whitefish Part 6. Scenario complete. Very nice, very nice. It was definitely very little time when I had a problem. Yeah, 23 miles, so that's definitely the longest I think we've gone in any of these scenarios. But thanks for riding along. I'll see you next time.